Hey everyone, I'm Laura and welcome to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today that's my December TBR and hoo boy, there's a lot here. Like a lot here. I have some group reads that I'm participating in, group read / buddy reads. I have holiday books I would like to read, but there's no, I don't need to read any of them necessarily. So there's like bonus reads. And then there's the biggest pile, which is the ones I'm currently reading that I would like to finish before the end of the year. I like to go into the new year, if at all possible, with 0 to 1 or 2, as few books as possible in progress. For the numbers reasons only. I don't know. I never really quite get there, but I do narrow it down a little bit more. We'll see. So, to start off with, I will do like group buddy reads. So just today it started, I just pulled it off of the shelf right behind me here. It is the start of the seasonal Quartet Readalong by Ali Smith. This is hosted by Sarah over at Hardcover Hearts. I will link her below, of course. So far the Voxer today, everyone's just introduced themselves and people are from all over the world. I am so excited about this and so excited to see people who have read her before, read these books before, and then people like me who have never read Ali Smith before. So I am really excited about this. A little apprehensive, but I think it'll be good. So I've got that. I am doing my very slow buddy read of Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. This is with Ange with an E, who I of course link below too. I am not very far. Ange is much further than me, but this big book, I really appreciate the slowness of this one because it's just a fun, fluffy book. I'm not expecting to adore this, but I am just looking for a general good time. And like most people who were into Twilight, I wasn't into Twilight, but I did like it quite a bit. I was just a little bit too old to be super into it, I think. That's my own personal opinion for myself. No hate, no judgment. If you were 65 and you were like a super big Twihard when it was popular, right on. More power to you. But for me, I just felt a little uncomfortable. I did like it though, and I do like the books, even though they are some of the worst written things I've ever read in my life, like by far. Like the only thing worse I've written is the 50 Shades of Grey series that I've actually finished. And then just like that series too, it was sort of like hate reading and a lot of like actual face palming and laughing like, oh, this is so terrible. Give me the next book. Like I couldn't stop reading. So in that same vein, just like fun, easy reading, like make fun of it, but we can do that because we love it kind of a thing. And then the last, oh, of course I am reading London by Edward Rutherford with Danny. We were trying to find a date to wrap it up together, so hopefully we'll be able to see each other in a couple of weeks. I don't know, with COVID numbers being so high, that seems scary to me and unwise, but we'll see. Anyways, Danny and I are one chapter away from finishing our year-long buddy read of London. So that will be finished up this month sometime too. But this one, Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, I just started reading this one with Shannon from That So Po. Super excited to read this one finally. As you can see, this is an arc. So when did this come out? July 2019. Okay, not that old. And I got this arc from one of my friends who had read it and didn't want to hang on to it. So free. Like I don't owe anyone a review, which is sort of a nice thing for an arc for me. But really looking forward to reading this one. I told Shannon, I said, I hope it's not too heartbreaking. And she's like, oh, for sure. It's going to be heartbreaking. Like, yeah, fair enough. So I've got this one coming up this month too, the next couple of weeks. Let's do, because it's the big pile right here next to me, let's just flip through some of my holiday books that I have, just so I can move them from like, 6 inches from my face. So these top 4, Danny lent me when I went to visit her in September, whenever that was. It's not in here, it's on my coffee table to read. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. Then there is Dashing Through the Snow by Carol and Mary Higgins Clark. Alaskan Holiday and Merry and Bright by Debbie Macomber. I never say it right and I apologize. Danny has read all of these and really enjoyed them. I have read none of them, so I am going to work on these and get them back to her, hopefully ASAP. And then now everything else in this little stack here is mine. So these 3 were gifts from my friend Joy for 3 years in a row as part of my Christmas presents, and I adore them. They are these little Biblioasis editions. So there's The Signalman by Charles Dickens. These little, I mean, they're so cool. This one, How Fear Departed the Long Gallery by E.F. Benson. E.F. Benson also wrote, oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Like this big series in the 30s. Oh my gosh. I don't know. E.F. Benson. Anyways, this to read. And then Afterward by Edith Wharton. So these are all kind of spooky, creepy holiday ghost stories, Christmas ghost stories. Very excited about those. Okay. This I just saw at a thrift store with Danny, so I picked it up. Some, you know, women's fiction short stories. Then there is The Fat Man, A Tale of North Pole Noir by Ken Harmon. I saw this recommended by an author I really like, and I don't remember who the author was or where I saw it, but here it is on my shelf. Then Mary Kay Andrews, Christmas Bliss. I don't know if this is part of a series or not. I think she does a lot of series, women's fiction series, but I like the size of this. It's an unusual little square book and should be fun. Then I got this for Christmas, I think. It's not, there's no note inside, but it's The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum in this really lovely penguin edition. Then I just held this recently, but it's The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. Very excited. I think, oh, it's set at a Christmas Eve party. This is why it's in my Christmas pile. So it's The Murder at the Mill by M.B. Shaw. This is part of the Iris Gray series, and I think it's the first in the series, if I'm not wrong. Then I have Enid Blyton's Christmas Stories. I've never read a non-naughty book by Enid Blyton, excuse me. So I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's going to be good. And with the cover by Quentin Blake, I mean, it can't be that bad, right? And then there's this big one I've read a couple of stories out of, but not most of them. It's Murder for Christmas. So there are 26 Tales of Yuletide Malice by Agatha Christie, Ellery Queen, excuse me, Dorothy Sayers, George Simenon, Rex Stout, and others. So just random Christmassy short stories. So that's my 2 pull from if I want to read a holiday thing, kind of a stack. Oh my gosh, let's hope I don't knock it over. I do have more that I know I'm missing that I haven't read yet, but I don't know where I'm going to find them, so we're just going to roll with what we have here. And then to the biggest / messiest pile, that's my in-progress books. Now, you guys know that if I'm only reading 4 or 5 books, that's hardly reading any books at all at one time to me. I'm comfortable around the like 8 to 10 books at a time mark. Some of that is because I'll have an ebook and an audiobook on the go. I'll have like a book in my purse that's always, so it's mass market usually, that's always on the go. And I'll have like a hardcover book or something about work for me that usually stays home I don't travel with because it's hardcover, like I said, or it's oversized and floppy and whatever. And then I'll have a couple of, trade paperback mysteries or something on the go. So like 8 to 10 is my sweet spot. Thanks to YouTube and joining in on all the things and trying to add things constantly, I don't think I have been below 15 books read at one time this whole year. It's been real few and far between. So I'm going to try and clear out my Goodreads currently reading list first. That's my major priority. Everything else after that can just sort of sit on the wayside and wait till I'm ready for it. But these are here it is. These are most of what I have marked as currently reading on Goodreads. Here's London by Rutherford. So I am got this to go, this little bit. So here it is. So this one, which I will finish, no problem, that's fine. Then there is the address book, What Street Addresses Reveal About Identity, Race, Wealth, and Power by Deirdre Mask. This one. Then I have got Victorian Murderesses by Mary S. Hartman. This copy is from the 70s. So there's this one. Then I have this lovely Slightly Fox edition, My Grandmother's and I, by Diana Holman Hunt. Really charming so far. Not that far into it, but want an excuse to really read it. I don't know if I'll finish this one, The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael A. Singer. I don't know if I'll finish it because even though it is slim, it's one of those spiritual sort of self-help books that I find needs slower reading time and lots of time to sit and think about things. So I would really like to finish it if I could, because I have 2 others like it that I'm actually physically reading that are not marked in Goodreads. So if I could get one eliminated, that would be good, but we'll see. This is the one I'm least fussed about finishing. And then I'm missing a couple, but Destiny of the Republic by Candace Millard. I started this last year in nonfiction November. Yeah. I also have, I couldn't find it like to hand easily enough, but I also have that Richard Holmes book, Age of Wonder. I've been working on, like earnestly working on this for a month too. I also started that last nonfiction November, and I'm laughing because I just realized that this Virginia Woolf card is what I'm using as my bookmark. That's me, super fancy. Okay, so Age of Wonder I also have. Ebooks, I will just finish those, you know, as they come up. On audio, I'm working on 2 books. One I hope to finish, the other one, again, I'm not fussed with. The one I hope to finish is the 5th in the Winston Brothers romance series by Penny Reed. So that one I am, I think, a quarter through. And the one I'm not too fussed about is a Great Courses one. So those are always really long. This one is 36 hours, I want to say. It's about the symphonies of Beethoven. So I think I am an 1/8 through that. That's different though. I mean, I can't just listen to it like a fiction book. I'm like really paying attention, and I'm listening to his words and listening when he plays excerpts on the piano, and then when they go through different themes in the music and all that stuff. So that one requires more concentration on my part. So that one is fine. But yeah, I think that's enough. Lord, I hope it's enough. I would just like to finish up my currently reading stack on Goodreads. Theoretically, I have the time for it, but with doing Vlogmas like this, I'm trying to batch film if I can for some things, but I know for some I can't. I think I'll have the time to do this. So also, just for numbers reasons, so my Goodreads goal for the year was 150 books, and I got that in, I think, October or September. I was 1 or 2 short when I filmed my last quarterly wrap-up, so whenever that was. And I think currently right now I'm like at 185 books or 186. I would like to get to 200 books by the end of the year, which again shouldn't be a problem, especially if I can keep up with this currently reading stack and get that down. That will be, well, not including the 1 audiobook that's marked there. I think there are 9 now on my current reads shelf on Goodreads, so that would be like roughly 194, and then 6 more on top of that. Like I can do 6 more books aside from that. So yeah, that's where things stand. Of course, it does not factor into watching all the Vlogmas. I mean, I am forever behind on watching YouTube anyway, so I can only imagine if everyone I watch, if even half of them do Vlogmas, I'm going to be super screwed, but that's okay. I'll take it. I like it, so that's fine. Yeah, there was a lot here, but if you have read anything here or you want to read something here, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm totally insane for trying to attempt this, you can leave that too. It's totally fine. I think I'm slightly insane for trying to attempt it myself, so fair is fair. Yeah, that's all I got for today. All I got for today? Wow, that's really good English, Laura. Way to be an English major. Okay, rambling off the side now. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you're all doing well, reading something wonderful, and that the last month of the year is very kind to all of us in every way possible. All right, I'll see you guys very soon.